Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Ball under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Sacked there by Avery Williamson, the linebacker. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, ball. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flush to his right. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They trailed early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Throwing again. Ball. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Clayton. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Looking to throw. Ball. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a
different story.
Long night.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Operating from the gun. Ball. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
2nd and 4. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Sanders. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 7 yards there and a first down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. From the gun, ball. And caught by Sanders. Touchdown Broncos. In for the score as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
You got tape. You got tape. You got tape.
Now we give right side, Charles. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the counter, it's Charles. And he lost the football. Charles loses it. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On first down, Sanders. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Second and 6. Can't get away, and he's taken down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. Throwing on 3rd and long. Ball. He's going to go for it all. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, Davis.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. A very solid gain of 27. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Jerome Baker, the blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Back to throw. Ball. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
At the 35-yard line.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check it backer, check it backer. Check.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. That's complete. It's Charles. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. AFC title game, second quarter action. 2 minutes to play. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there.
On 2nd down, it's Charles. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, here's Matt Darr to kick it away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down to close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Recon, 132 fighter. Charlie. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. You ain't doing nothing on the ball. You ain't doing nothing today.
To throw from his end zone. Ball. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he'll get this up to the 4 right about there. That's about it. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll make it 2nd down.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Looking to throw. Ball. Left side here to Sanders. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Focus, focus. Kill, 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 kill. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Watch out. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Zoom, fellas, let's go. Yes. Ready, go.
To throw from his end zone. Ball. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage. One deep right side. That's going to be caught. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. So with a big gainer anyways, he'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right, if they had somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all they could, down to the spot of the foul. Nothing to be gained by taking the penalty.
A very short field to work with now. 1st and goal after the great punt return.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
Vic on the sneak. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Spinning away. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. On 1st down, it's Charles again. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Check, 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 check. He's crazy. He's checking crazy. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Understand.
On 2nd down now, it's Charles, and he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
You got it.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
61, matchbox, right. Show it. Go.
They'll keep it on the ground with Charles again. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
We play to win. Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Another run here with Sanders. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Mark 55. Mark 55. Come on, D.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 35. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you could hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Set, ready. 70 in. Let's go, baby. Return up. Get that ball. Ready.
A first down carry here for Charles. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. 15 yards. And his guys have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7.
14. Broncos 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken about the 12. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Ready. 8-3. Alert. Delta.
An 8-yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd down.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Ball. It's Hill, complete. Second catch of this AFC title game, and he's got a first down. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
here we go. 60, orange. General, west. Center. Out, 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 out. What happened?
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. 1 quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. 80 weapon. 80 weapon. Ready to go.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. They'll swing this complete out to Hill. Well, they had a gain of 1, then 2, and now 3.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
57.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on 4th down. On 4th down, ball. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he's not even going to come close. A big loss in the wrong direction on 4th down. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And as a result, possession switches hands. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check 26, check 26. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up. Check 52. Man.
They begin the drive charge. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
On play action, they'll throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great effort there. 51 yards. As they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to wind up, and this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Mike 55, Mike 55, 66. Throw it high. Here we go again. Here we go again. Slam, slam. Exit.
On 3rd down, ball. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. No move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
You got nothing. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. I got it. Mike, 50. Let's go.
On 4th down. Ball. And that is incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage. Boy, an incredibly aggressive move to go for it there. Game tied 4th quarter. You got to be surprised.
I am, and I know that we're in a new era of football where we look at the analytics sometimes, and a lot of time the analytics tell you to go for it, right? But do the analytics take into account game situation, where we are, all those things? In this situation, I thought it was an incredibly aggressive play.
It didn't work out, and again, tie game 4th quarter. Makes this thing a little bit more interesting. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. As they've done all day, they run with Charles. They'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So forget about any talk of possible safeties. Here's 1st and 10 clear on the other side of the field. Back to throw. Complete. That's Clayton. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
Set 90. Roll. Let's get that ball, team. Let's get that ball. Ready.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's caught. It's a touchdown with zeros on the clock. And an extra point will send us to OT.
Well, there's no doubt they just seized the momentum with that one. They can go ahead and kick the extra point here and ride that home wave on into overtime.
The kick is good, and can you believe this? They win it with zeros on the clock. Overtime in a playoff game, awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only one period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. So we'll take a break with them and be right back.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Again, it's Charles. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first. It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive.
Lucky. Watch it, quick. Watch it, quick.
Here's Charles. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
No gain on the play. It's now 4th down.
Okay, baby, I see you.
So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Back. Check. Fresno. You're out. Check 43. Go.
Now a 1st first throw here in overtime. Man open, it's Moss, complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a 20th carry here for Jamal Charles. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 39-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. First throw in overtime here for Vick. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bilal Nichols coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Here's Matt Darr now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. Here's Hill on the return. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their defense did its job, got to stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to him, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
On the ready. 55. It's a party now.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Another run with Sanders. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. And the kick is good. He got it. And with that, they are off to the Super Bowl. Well, the Lombardi Trophy would be nice to hoist. They have to hold off for that for a little bit. Right now, the Lamar Hunt has to feel good to hold.
Oh, it's got to feel great for them. And remember, Lamar Hunt helped create the American Football League, which became, of course, in most part, the American Football Conference. And he's the one who gave us the name Super Bowl.
And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, we'll see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the